So 2-0, Cochrane Cobras out to the early lead. Nice serve, that one is played up. A little bit of miscommunication on the outside line. 6 and 3, not on the same page as to who's going for what. Both were calling for it. Neither one really wanted to come off the ball, and that was a shanked sandwich. So finally, a mental error from the Cobras gives the Church Chargers their first point of the day. And their first side out with Olivia back at the service line. Takes a breath, approaches the line. It's going to be a hard jump serve. That one's going to find the back line. It is dug up, and it's a hard hit at the net. Dug by the lib. Karpinski's going to just pass that one over. Easily dug by the lib on the Cobra side. That one was falling out, but was touched on the sideline by Olivia. So side out and point, Cochrane Cobras. 4-1, the Cobras easily managing the Chargers right now.
Sorry. Oh, that's okay. I gotta go.
Oh, packed and whacked was Olivia. She did manage to keep it in play. However, had to get practice by number 6. Unable to keep that one in the playing field as it hits 27 feet in the air off of the roof, giving the Cobras a 5-1 lead over the Chargers. Captain Whitehead on the back. She is going to push this one through. Thompson's going to play that one in. Karpinski gets there, but can't quite direct it back into the field of play, as the Cobras damn near perfect so far to start this game, with one mental service error, giving up their only point so far. The Chargers look like they're still thinking about that science test earlier today. So this one's going to float in. It is dug by the lib, now passed back to Pryskinski. She tries to push it over. It does come back inside at the net. She's going to set it to Thompson. Thompson gets stuffed at the net as she tried to blast that one over. Saw she had no room. Didn't quite get under or push it hard enough as it gets dropped down by the Twin Towers of the Cobras as they take an early 7-1 shit kicking so far over the Chargers. So timely, much needed timeout called by Berkshire Chargers. And this timeout brought to you by the Pest Control Guy. For all your pest control needs in Calgary, Airdrie, or any of the surrounding areas, reach out to JS, Antoine, the Ouellette Boys, and any of the sports dads working for the Pest Control Guys, servicing all your needs. We know that it's about to get cold. The mice are going to be coming in, and nobody wants to share their beds with any of those. So call the Pest Control Guy today, proudly supporting all Airdrie youth sports, keeping the kids in the game. So 10 seconds to go in the timeout at the Slaughter so far.
Still like sponsors for every timeout.
Oh, yeah. $500 gets you 5 shout-outs per game at any Thompson sporting event. And we average over 1,500 views per stream. Done however you can, it doesn't matter. So Captain Whitehead's going to fire this one out. Looked like it was going long. It was played in by for the Libero. That one might have caught the back line. Who knows? Doesn't matter, though, as the Cobras come out to a commanding 8-1 lead. So not quite the return after the timeout they were looking for. Nice float serve in. Olivia got under that one, couldn't quite dig it up high enough, and it's a 9-1 routing for the Cobras over the Chargers. So Pink Shoes puts this one in the net. That is 2 mental brain farts at the service line for the Cobras, resulting in the only 2 points for the Chargers so far. As Claire Hatch is back at the service line. She She gets this one into play, dropped in nicely. It is dug up easily, and then that one is going to find the corner as the Chargers decided to have a huddle at center court instead of guarding the baseline, and that one fell in as it was a nice placement shot by the power hitter by the Cobras. And now Red Shoes is back. She's going to push that one into the net. So 3 service errors, 3 points for the Chargers. Another side out. Maybe the Cobras allowing them to stay in this game. Now it's Karpinski back at the service line. She's known to have the hot hand here. So likes to go on service runs. Oh, good jump serve. Catches the net and somehow falls in. Maybe that is the TSN turning point that this Chargers volleyball team is looking to have as they get their first offensive points of the day. Karpinski hoping to open the floodgates on this one as it's going to come over top. This time it hits the tape and decides to not go over. First time was lucky, twice shy, as it is a Cobra point inside out, 11-4. So another service error, back-to-back service errors. Just trading mental breakdowns and points so far. So 11-5 with City Thompson back at the service line. I'm going to spin this one up. And she's going to get it into play. That one looked like it was in. I don't know about that call on the sidelines. I think maybe we need a bit of a replay on that. It doesn't look like Coach Newen agrees with that assessment either, as it was called by the bench, not the line judge. And that one's going to fall in. Karpinski came across to take it. Thompson pulled up and then got packed for her efforts. 13-5. Another error charged against the Chargers on that one. And that's going to touch the net and fly out of bounds. And it is out. So 13-6, the Chargers need to get their heads out of their asses to get back into this one if they have any chance in hell. And not going to happen as Marion Cooper puts one into the net. I think that's the first time I've seen her do that all season. So 14-6. Cobras, that's going to be a high serve dug by Thompson. It's going to get set outside to Olivia. She's able to get that one over. First sign of excitement here for the Chargers. And their third offensive point. Second actual point. The other two were more errors on the defense than there were offensive points for the Chargers. We'll take either way. 14-7, the Cobras doubling up the Chargers at this point. That one is going to float out of bounds once again. Miss Newen is scratching her head, not quite sure what the actual is going on right now. It seems the Chargers more beating themselves than anything at this point. That one's going to float and drop in. Nobody there to help. Karpinski made the dig, didn't quite pop it up high enough, and everyone looking at everyone else right now wondering, WTF? Bit of a weird approach, but he's getting it done. That one is shanked high and wide.
You wish I was coaching your team. Come on, Bumper. Buying those shoes if you want to move them.
So 17-7.
Take away those shoes, make them play with
This one's going to come inside. It's dug up nice. They're going to just push it to the back row. Take no chances on that. Push to the right side. That one's going to get tipped and pushed back inside. I don't know. Not much you can do about that one.
All right, Bumper. Here we go. On, Bumper.
So that's a high float. Thompson kind of shanked the set, but gets there. Karpinski puts it over, keeps it in play. That is going to be a low set to the middle. He comes in and just swipes it to the outside middle row where nobody was home. And just like that, 19-7, what looked like the Chargers maybe found some life was quickly snuffed out. As the Cobras on a 6-serve service run. Thompson got under the dropping serve, but not able to keep it up into play. Nobody was there. 20-7. You can't really call this anything other than what it is. An absolute shit kicking at this point. That's a long phaser dug up by the libero, and Olivia is going to push that one back through. It is dug and played. They're going to swing the arm at the net. They're going to push it up to Olivia. Olivia makes the play. It's blocked, dug up. Now push to the back row, swinging her arm. They did save. That was Olivia. I don't know if that one's going to fall in or out. She didn't have any direction, so I had no choice but to play it. And then it gets passed right off to the scorekeepers. 21-7 as the Chargers slowly bleeding out on the floor. Hard serve to the back row. They did get their hands on it, but couldn't quite direct it into the right way as that one falls into Mexico. 22-7. Gonna sail out of bounds, and finally the Chargers able to stop the bleeding. With Olivia going back to the service line. 8 serving 22. And Olivia's gonna power one hard into the tape. Not hard enough to go through the net as it drops itself back down. 23-8 as Peach Shoes is back. Captain Whitehead, if you will, number 4 for the Cobras. That is played. Olivia got some hands on it. Looked like maybe she was worried she was going to run into the bench. 24-8, possible game point. Shoes, Captain Whitehead hammers one into the net, prolonging the inevitable at this point. As Claire Hatch goes back to the service line, it is 24-9. That float serve's going to get played in. It's going to be a push to the offside. Somebody was on the net. I thought it was the Cobras on the net. The umpire is going to say the Chargers are on the net. I don't know about that. I think maybe he's got one-way glasses on this one. Either way, the Cobras are going to shit pump the Chargers 25-9. But you know what they say? You can win by 6 or 16. It doesn't really matter. As they go up 1-0, we're going to get a bit of a regroup. Hopefully it's the side of the court making the difference. We're going to take a moment and enjoy some Nerd Cluster.
It must be at least 50.
That beats
Is it on
these.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, sports fans, welcome back. The old Uncle Cody full of gummy nerds. So that was about as big a beatdown as we've ever seen. Coming into the second set of this matchup between the Cochrane Cobras and the Burt Church Chargers. More of a football score than a volleyball score. That first game, as the Cobras absolutely pummeled the Chargers 25-9.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what we're looking for or looking at, but I think we're just struggling to count to 6. It's pretty tough. The 1 after 5 and right before 7, that's how you count to 6. The umpire struggling with that. All right, so they're going to whistle this one in. We're going to see if we can have better fortune at that. That one goes right at Thompson's head. She's able to keep it into play, so we're already starting ahead of the 8-ball than we were last time. At the net, the Cobras all over the net. There was absolutely no call on that. I'm not really sure how. Personally, I think the Cobras were all over the net about 3 times on that. Not sure how it was missed. Perhaps the umpire's not sure how it was missed either, as he's talking to his line judge, telling her to get her head in the game. Well, didn't like that. He's going to say, reserve. He's saying, you wait for the whistle, goddammit. This is my game and I am in control, and you will wait for the whistle. Revert back to kindergarten and the crossing guards. Do not enter the street until you hear the whistle. Do not play the ball until you hear the whistle. Now she's going to push this one in play. The libero makes an easy play up on it. It's set to the wall, passed over, and now on the outside, the power hitter is going to make the cut shot. Thompson not in position. She says, that one's on me. I was in no man's land. So much like the last game, the Cobras up 2-0. Maybe hoping for a service error here to get back into this one. Not going to find it there. Thompson with a nice dig. It is saved in, and then she's going to get it right back, pass it over. Played up to the net. I'm not really sure how that one stayed in. It was touching the line. I'm not sure why he's making a judgment call on that, because it was very clearly all kinds of problems on that return. Finally come to their senses and give the Chargers their first point of the game. It is 2-1. This one pushed back over hard. It is going to be played at the net. I almost dropped my camera. It's blocked at the net, saying she touched the net. I'm not really sure about this one here. It seems that maybe it's a little tighter on one side than the other. That, according to Addison, anyways. She's not happy with the referee's calls here at this point. It is going to be played up. City. Thompson tried to keep it in play, couldn't quite get it. I mean, personally, I think the referees are doing a bang-up job, but Addison, not so much. She does know more about volleyball than I do, so I will probably go by her way that the referee is just absolutely beating the shit out of this game. This one's going to come in. It is shanked, but stays in play. It's going to get passed over. The Cobras are going to handle this one, and then it's a hard outside. Good dig by the libero. He's going to pass it inside, and not going to be able to get back in underneath it as the Cobras take an early 5-1 lead on this one. And Addison says the referee's got it right that time. That one's definitely on the players, not the umpire, according to Addison. Well, that one gets called out, and service error brings up the Chargers' second point of the game. It is 5-2.
Is that a really big team?
As DKM comes to the back line. DKM's going to hammer Marin Cooper in the back of the arm on that service. So just like that, giving the ball back to the Cobras, 6-2. With Blue Souls coming in, that's going to play up over top. Once again, not able to quite get under it. So the English, the Cobras are putting on the serves here. Is
And if you're so lucky, you get to go up. Oh, I know,
Oops.
right, sure. That was me in basketball. Yeah.
so this one's going to be a hard phaser to the back wall. So 7-3 as the Cobras giving the Chargers all of their points so far. Marin Cooper is going to play this one in fairly hard and fast. It's going to get blocked by Claire Hatch at the net. Now they're going to come back up. She finally has what she wants. She's able to get that one to the net, and it falls to the floor uncontested. 8-3 side out Cobras. The Chargers just can't seem to get out of their own way. Nice serve played in, dug up at the line. As number 9 comes up, that one's going to be blocked at the net. And then they're going to finally say the Cobras are on the net for once. Cobras coach not happy with that turn of events. Either way, side out in points, Chargers. 8-4. Stretch comes to line. That one's going to catch the line, so forced to play in. They're going to push it back to the power hitter, who's got too much muscle on that hustle as she fires that one way out of bounds. That one had the juice to get to Portland, Oregon, before it fell to the floor. So 8-5, Cobras leading the Chargers. The Chargers finding some life. It's going to be a high Pop Warner serve. It's going to be chopped to the middle. Claire Hatch all over it there. It's going to come back, tipped over top now, set to Hatch. She's going to push that one back row. It is dug by the Cobras. And then back row spike attempt by number 10 of the Cobras. Gets caught in the net like a tuna in the ocean. And the Chargers refusing to go away. Finally getting a little bit of good luck. It is 8-6 now. The Chargers trailing the Cobras. The high pop serve comes in. Couple of block attempts exchanged at the net before they just pass this one over on the free ball, pushed to the outside power. She's going to have that pancake of a dig by Thompson, and then free ball back over by the Chargers to the Cobras. They're going to push this one up to the middle. I think she was all over the net. She was. Addison says the referee's finally putting glasses on and clean them off. He's finally seeing both sides of the net here. 8-7. So the Pop Warner serve seems to be the bread and butter right now of the Charger. Great dig return by Chargers back row. And then the left-handed swing from behind the attack line finally gets the Chargers girls guessing as it gets shanked up and out. 9-7 side out Cobras. Good serve by number 12 of the Cobras. Not really sure where Addie, my rules analyst, was on the whole sideline fiasco. Not going to get herself any nerd clusters with that performance, I can tell you that. Thompson shanks one off to the right. Nobody got on their horse to get under that one. 11-7. The Chargers trailing. Another push serve to the back row. It is dug this time. Thompson's going to come up. She swings her arm, had some power on that, but number 2, the brick wall, just got up there with the Go-Go Gadget arms. Blocked and stopped at the net. 12-7. As the Cobras finally make a mental error as they push that one straight into the net, giving a little bit more life back to the Chargers. It is 12-8 with City Thompson at the line. She's going to push this one straight into the net. She's going to hear about that when she gets home, I'm sure. Mama's not going to like that one. So big stretch back up at the service line. She is going to drop that float serve in. Thompson got under it. That one had some movement, but not under it enough to give anybody else on the floor any form of chance to play that up. It's going to be 14-8. It looked like a bit of a foot foul to me at the line, but it's ignored. Second hit over the top, and now a little cut shot. It's going to catch the libero for the Cobras sleeping. Side out in points. Chargers 14-9. The Chargers going to have to pull their socks up, or the Cobras going to have to pull their socks down to get this one back into an even playing field. Claire Hatch with the serve. That one's going to be an error on the Cobras, giving a little bit more life. 14-10. Hatch at the line, hoping to put together a little bit of a service run herself. She's going to have the high floater coming through. That's going to get pushed to the power. Swings the left arm. Needed a little bit more Swedish and not enough English, as that one doesn't quite get over the net. 14-11, the Chargers clawing their way back out of the hole here. Hatch going to push this one in. That is a bit of a broken window. They are able to keep it in play. It's going to be a free ball over the net to the back row. It's going to get passed over, and that's going to fall into play on Cobra's side. They're going to set the middle up to swing her arm. Looked like a bit of a carry push to me, but it's ignored. And then just a little bit of bad luck and bad timing at the net for the Chargers, as that one just scoots out of bounds. 15-11 side out, Cobras over the Chargers. That's a hard line drive of a serve from number one of the Cobras. Falls into play almost uncontested. So the Cobras push this one over. Thompson's able to make the dig. It's going to be a free ball over the net. Doug at the back row. Number 9 is just going to swing her arm. Might have been the third hit. Nobody really knows. Thompson forced a free ball over one more time. And they're going to say maybe a double hit. Yes, it was. Number 2, the Cobras not agreeing with the umpire on this one. And Coach Pink Glass is not happy as well, as she's got a few words to say to her girls on the court. 16-12. Chargers trailing the Cobras. Push phaser comes in. It's going to get pushed to the outside. And they're going to say the Chargers were on the net. She didn't like that call either. I'm not sure how Addison feels about that one. Were they on the net or what? So for once, she reluctantly agrees with the umpire. She doesn't feel good about it.
And that's bad. Yeah.
Hard phaser looked like it might have been touch and go at the line. Is touched by the Chargers defense and falls out of bounds. 18-12.
Where do you get this much fun?
And finally, big stretch. Makes a service error, gives the ball back. 18-13. We're going to have a substitution. And the umpire not happy with where they are lined up on the line. Now he finally says, okay, I've caught my breath. You can come on the court and get off. Follow the whistles. As Olivia comes back on. She's done playing with the ball. And pushes a hard serve to the back row. That's going to come out. Hit to the back row, Olivia with a nice dig. Then this one's just going to get played to Thompson. He's got to free ball it over into the back row. Cobra's looking to set one up, and they're going to give it to the offside hitter, lefty. He swings the arm just a little too hard, finds nothing but the side baseball. 18-14, Chargers still having a bit of life in this one. And serve's going to be a nice float serve to the back wall. That one almost gets caught on the wall, but the Cobras able to keep it in play. They're going to free ball it over the net. They're going to give this one to Thompson, who at the last second tries to play it up and over. Bit of a malfunction at the junction. 19-14, just giving points away here, unfortunately. Oh, this is going to get played under. Thompson got under that one, dug it up, and then just going to push it to mid-court as the Cobras going to come in. They're going to swing their arm pretty hard, and they're going to say another net violation once again. The umpire just got his eyes on the net, not so much on the service line, ignoring the foot fouls, but he is all over the net fouls, whether they're there or not. It's going to fall in. Thompson gets there to dig it up, and now it's going to be a free ball pushed back onto the Cobra side of the net. That was all over the net, and he is drawing on the spot there. 20-15 as the Chargers getting the break in the mental lapse they were looking for from the Cobras. As Marin Cass Money Cooper comes to the service line. She's going to get that one over. That was a nicely placed serve. Hey, nobody got time for that. As that one gets pushed back under the net, it is 20-16. Marin Cooper coming in clutch on the service line. A good float serve, kind of in no man's land, and that one is going to get skied into the roof. 20-17. As the Chargers coming back into this one. Cooper with the nice drop set. That's going to be an ace as it packed the face. Pete Shoes, number one of the Cobras. Marin Cooper with the hot hand. That's going to float back inside. They are able to keep it in play. Lefty's going to swing her arm. It is dogging at the net. It's going to come over. It is a free ball into the middle court. They're going to push this one to 12 the middle. She's going to get a hand on it. It is going to get touched at the net by Claire Hatch. So 20-18 timeout. Nope, not timeout Chargers. That's just kidding. 21-18 as the Cobras get the point and the side out. And that, I'm pretty sure number 10 of the Cobra is wanting a mulligan on that approach. It's a 21-19 2-point game. The Chargers are able to claw their way back into this one. They're going to push it over the net. It's going to get dug up into the back row. Hard hit to the backside at the net. I'm not sure what they're doing. That should be a no. Patty says that's a bullshit call, and the fact that it took the umpire like 12 years to make the call just shows you that he didn't know what he was doing either.
Not happy about her language.
But the ball never lies. God knew it was true, so made them float it right into the bottom of the net. I think the umpire probably feels shame.
He did rewind on the VCR.
That was maybe the worst call I have seen all year, and we've seen some bad ones, boys and girls. So City Thompson back at the service line, 22-20. It's a nice hard float serve. That one almost touched the roof. And just like that, the Chargers getting both of those points back.
City, speaking of.
So 22-21.
Maybe Kyler can get that 80% down.
Thompson, that one was going to catch the line. Maybe not. I don't know. A couple of mental errors on the backside of the Cochrane Cobras. And we are evened it 22-22. Thompson at the line. Just got to get this one into play. And she does. It's going to get put to the net. Middle's going to swing hard. Absolutely no net violation on that one. We thought about making the call. Looked at Addison, and she said absolutely not. 23-22 as the Cobras start hitting the panic button. They're going to call a timeout. This timeout brought to you by absolutely nobody, because nobody has bought the shoutout time yet. If you are interested in sponsoring any of the Elite AF productions, just give us a call, 587-574-9995. Ask for old Uncle Cody and tell him you would like to get the shoutouts, and we'll work a price out for you.
How about doing for the teachers? Shout out the teachers.
I don't like them.
Oh. I'll be sure to let Sandra know.
No, Sandra's cool.
Yeah, the rest of them.
My old friend Brock Lesnar said, I ain't drinking Bud Light, but Bud Light ain't paying me. City Thompson still at the service line, getting froze out by the Cobras coaches on the timeout call. And that one's going to drop into play. It is dug up at the center court. They're going to be all over the net on that one. Thompson gets it up there. It's a play to Hatch. She's going to pick that one up and over. It's comes back into play. Free ball. You know, in or out. Don't know. Olivia gets that one pushed through. I think it was going out. The Chargers decided to play it. Hatch pushes it right back to where it was. Now they're going to have the power hitter with the swing. Was that? So once again, the umpire absolutely beating the hell out of that call. I'm not really sure how he's giving that to the Cobras. Even the scorekeepers don't want to give that point back because it was very clearly not a Cobra point. It is painful to watch. The umpire comes out of his stoop. He's ready to snap because even the scoreboard, which is electronically controlled, the AI and robots could see that that one wasn't a Cobra point. So that one was really painful to watch. 23-23, game is tied back up. We never like to see the umpires making a judgment call that changes the game. And unfortunately, that's exactly what we just saw. Olivia able to keep that one in play with the big save, and it's going to get swung and dug up. But the short ceilings, and now it's a possible game point for the Cobras. It's beyond aggravating we're here. That one just barely caught the net, stays in play, and they're able to push the free ball back in. Everybody playing with the net right now. They're going to swing that one hard. It's blocked and dug on the back line. Olivia comes through. She swings one of her own. That one's going to get pushed back up. They're going to go right back to it. And Olivia gets her arm on it, but there's just too much power, too much muscle. As it comes off her arm into the roof. So the Cobras are going to take it 2 sets in a row. Is it best of 5 at high school?
It's better than the first one. Eating on the go.
I pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that. So first serve by the Chargers is going to fall into play. The Cobras doing a good job to save that one, but I'm actually not sure. Oh, they're going to call a double hit on the Cobras. So the Chargers, with their first lead of the matchup today, getting off 1-0. And it's going to be a long high floater to the back row. Lefty swings and a hit as they're going to get the points and a side out on this one. It is one apiece. The Cobras striking back fairly quickly and easily against the Chargers. Off of the arm of old Lefty. Now 7, she went on about a 37-point streak earlier. Thompson's going to play it up to the line. 6 plays it over. And it's a swing and a miss into the net by number 3 of the Cobras. So points and side out Chargers 2-1 with Olivia back at the service line. And ball's up and over. I think it was going out. They played it in. And it's going to be a jumps it over the net and back to Marin Cooper, who just free balls it over. She didn't have much of a play on it. Big play at the net. Surprised he didn't call something there. He usually does. And number 5 of the Cobras was able to keep that one in. Kind of surprised everybody. After a good block at the net by the Chargers, we were able to keep that one in bounds and bring it across. 2-2. Cobras and Chargers trading errors. As Pete Shoes has a nice, hard, kind of a slider of a serve. Looks like Chipper Jones coming in on that one. It's 3-2 Cobras as Pete Shoes slides one home. So we'll see. She's known for putting him into the net, as she does once again with the tuna serve right into the net. A couple Dolphins died on that one. 3-3. Chargers, Cobras in the all-important third set. Marin Cash Money Cooper back at the service line. That is a great serve right into the back. And it is point Chargers. I'm actually not sure how that one works. Eddie DeMello, not sure if that was the right call either, but I think he owes us about 12 back anyways. So Cash Money Cooper pushes this one over. She's targeting number 3. They're going to push her to the outside. Well, lefty catches the net. It spins and wins its way down across court. 4-4 Cobras and Chargers. Zola lefty faces that one to Olivia Baccarella. They're able to shrink that one in, but not before it takes a few planks of the roof out. 5-4 Cobras. Well, lefty back on the service line once again. Oh, I'm really on an angle. I apologize. That one's going to power its way back in over the net. Not sure what was going on at the net by the Chargers. They were able to keep it in, even though they looked like a couple salamanders fighting over the last piece of bacon. That was a bit of a carry, but they're going to let it slide. Now a hard cut shot. Karpinski tried to keep that one in play as Olivia with the big dig, but couldn't quite stretch far enough. Maybe worried about running into the bleachers here at Birch Church Stadium. That one's going to come over. It's going to get dug and put it in. Karpinski free balls it over. That one almost fell on the floor. Big offside hit into the net. 6-5 Cobras leading the Chargers. Side out Chargers with Karpinski coming back on the serve. She is going to put one into the net as well. So a couple of brain farts back and forth on either side of the net. They're going to trade points at 7-5.
We'll get our money back out of it when we sell it.
Chargers!
It's a hard phaser. I think it may have been going out. The Libra wasn't sure. Played it, touched her forearm. Once again, gave the point back to the Chargers. I think this is not right. No, it is not. Should be 8-5. The umpire thinking he's got to come down from his stoop. They've got it under control now. so far out, I thought it was in the 1970s. So 8-6, Cobras leading the Chargers with Thompson back to serve. And that's going to be a nice hard serve, center court, dug, and it's fun. It's going to be a free ball back inside for Karpinski. It's going to get set outside to Olivia, who I think kind of lost her space a little bit as she had a little too much downward trajectory on the ball. 9-6 Cobras. That is going to be a weird pop serve that nobody decided to get to. I think Thompson was supposed to go to it. She missed the invite. Ten to 6. High pop serve comes inside. Olivia is going to hit nothing but blocker, and then the umpire is also going to say that was way too many hits. So 11 to 6, the Cobras starting to pull the train out of the station. That was a total foot foul that they ignored. It's going to come in. Olivia finally gets it in, but hey, the ball doesn't lie as it falls into the hard court, giving the Chargers a little bit of new life here, 11 to 7. The Cobras thought they were going to pull the e-brake out of the, or pull the train out of the station before the Chargers grabbed the e-brake and said, not so fast. That one's going to fall in. Nice little short sinker of a serve by Claire Hatch. 11 to 8. Perfectly placed serve by Claire Hatch on that one. And not so fortunate the second time around as that's going to catch the tape and stick. 12-8 Cobras. Oh, lefty back to serve. That is a nice drop serve into the net, saved at the net, and then Olivia with a swing and a hit as it comes down on the right side of the line for the good guys. A couple desperation plays that pay off. 12 to 9, Cobras leading the Chargers. The Chargers refusing to go to sleep. That's going to push back over top by Gabby. They're going to sneak that one in. It was Cooper trying to play it up, catching the face of Thompson, and then the ball just ricocheting all over the place before falling to the floor. 13 to 9. Cobras leading the Chargers. Bit of a weird approach on the serve there. Cindy Thompson did dig that one up. Gabby went left, didn't realize the ball was going right, and then couldn't quite chase it down. 14 to 9. The Cobras over the Chargers. It was number 7 for the Cobras. On a bit of a run yet again. Thompson digs it up, pushes it to the net. Karpinski swings, gets it over top. It's saved into the back row. Well, lefty with the cut shot, gets it back over top. Gabby's going to play.